video cut off, so because it reached its maximum capacity, part 2, and now before it cuts off again, I don't know how long it lets me do this, maybe 10 minutes, maybe 20 minutes for another video, and then it's full. Then I have to upload it and then erase it. But let me get to the third most important thing there is. What is the third most important thing there is? For us, also from our perspective here, not from Pluto or Venus or anywhere else, so, or the black holes out there, so, or supernovae, or completely different spheres of existence. But from this perspective here that we have here, what is from our animal, mammalian perspective, Papa Dogs from my perspective, what is the most important, the third most important thing for us? What is it? Write it down and give me your explanation for it. So I'll tell you what I think. It is warmth. Physical warmth. The heater here giving me physical warmth, but it has electrostatic stuff and electromagnetic radiation and all kinds of things that are also that come with it, that are causing dry air and causes static electricity and all kinds of things that are a little bit unnatural, not really super, but the heat makes up for it. The heat is more important in this moment because I don't have any other heat source. We live in an artificial environment with a rug and heaters and dry air and caused by the heaters and static electricity. So that's just how it is. But the heat in general, the warmth, is the third most important element in my view for existence. And I learned this very, very deeply through living with my husband Paul, because he likes it cold. He's a Nordic guy and very proud of it. I'm a Nordic guy, he says. I like it cold. He kind of snubs his nose on anyone who likes it hot. Well, sorry, but I like it hot. I'm kind of like from the north too, but maybe I got some gypsy in me and some Armenian, some Hungarian. Who knows? Maybe I have some Turkish. Who knows? I don't know. I probably do. Somewhere down the line. It would be interesting to find out. I'd like to do the Ancestry.com test and find out how far back. I suspect through my grandmother, the one here, this one, and my mother too. My mother's line has, I don't know, I have never met her parents. Her father died before I was born, and her mother died when I was just a baby, so I don't have active memories, but we have some photos of her. So I don't know which one this gypsy thing comes from, but my mother definitely has, she has far East Bloc genes, like Kazakhstan, something like that. So, and she has a Mongolian birthmark, and I got a Mongolian birthmark as well, in form of a heart, right here. It's very lovely. That's lovely. A heart birthmark. So, and and we have blood type B, my mother and I. So that comes from the Mongolian bloodline. Yeah, Genghis Khan, Vladimir the Impaler. I'm sure it goes down there. And from my father's side, from my grandmother, I it I'm sure it goes all the way back to the Medicis. So I can sort of feel it and see it in the facial features, in my dad's and my grandmother's facial features. Very sensitive, very warm, very inclusive, very artistic, very expressive, very kind of full-blooded. So while my mother is more like sort of Romanian type, but not fully. I mean, it's like from way back, So there's a lot of Nordic mixed in both family lines, of course. So they have been in the northern region for a long time. But it would be very interesting to see how that dates back. And very shocking and sad. The German history, very shocking and horrible. Very shocking that Adolf Hitler, horrible. A horrible disaster of epic proportions. But there were other horrible dictators that did equally horrible things, but they kind of went unnoticed, sort of, because everyone likes to point the fingers at the other. But no, there were many horrible dictators in the world, and they were all completely inflated and crazy. So yeah, the third most important thing from our perspective, from our point of view, the way we are living, and in my view, is definitely physical warmth. We need it. And the people who live at the equator, they should be infinitely grateful for having that. You have no idea what it is like to have to wear these kind of moon clothes all the time and like be totally immobile, like and even worse when you have to wear that inside the house. That's like other women, they wear bras and panties and they have their cutesy love dances. I'm jealous, and I have to sit here in moon clothes, can hardly move unless I vacuum the whole house. When I vacuum the whole house, then I have to take the moon clothes off. Then I can at least tone it down to regular pants, jogging pants, and a t-shirt. But only if I move my body, then I can handle it in 50 degrees Fahrenheit. But Paul is at the other house, and I have 3 heaters on, yes, and I'm heating everything up. It's gonna be good for a couple of hours until he comes back and he goes, "Is this hot in here? I gotta turn this on. I'm overheated. I gotta turn all of this off." Whether that makes me cold or not, no. That is secondary for him. He is overheated, so he turns the heater down and off. If I get cold, well, too bad. But then he'll come up with statements like, this or that person said, "There's no bad weather, there's only bad clothes." So stuff like that. Like inside of my home, I need to adjust with an additional moon code if I want to live well. So it's no bad weather, just bad clothes. Alright, buy me another moon coat, and better another moon pants, so that I walk through my house like a Michelin tire man. Yes, that's how it works. And yes, that can make someone pretty frustrated. But heat, physical heat, is love. Like I said in my last video last night, that is love. It is incredibly wonderful to get heat, like from this heater. I got this wonderful Stanley heater. I love it. It's yellow and it has chrome and black handle, and it's very stylish, and it is warm, and it gives me love, and it feels good. And the rocks, my rocks, they love it when they get warm. The energy comes out. When I put my essential plant oils, my absolutes and my CO2 extractions, and the wonderful distilled pine needle essences and all of this. I have about 100 different fragrances, all 100% natural from plants and resins. And when I put that on my skin, on my ears and neck and wrists, and the way it unfolds, its aroma when it's warm, it's wonderful, absolutely amazing. It doesn't unfold like this when the room temperature is very cold and the rocks are like ice cold, like your hand feels like it gets chilled to the bone, when the room is cold, when Paul turns off all the heaters, then all these rocks that I have, they get ice cold. Like ice, like 30 degrees. I'm not kidding. So now this rock is like, I don't know, 70 degrees. So it got all heated up and wonderful. And the energy is happy, and it unfolds just like my aromatic essential oils. So I've been thinking and thinking about this for the last couple of weeks after it started to get really cold now. In late November it started to get cold. Now December has started and it got even colder. And when it's cold at home, one doesn't even feel like leaving the house at all. I get this impression if I leave the house, then I get even colder, and I'm already suffering. I'm already wearing this jacket. What am I gonna wear outside? Like 2 jackets? It's awful. Getting in the van with these real thick jackets, you can hardly manage to put the seat belts on. And then it takes a long time until the van heater heats up the inside of the van. And I have another jacket, and an old padded jacket that is freezing out on the inside. I have that there at all times. I wash that occasionally, have it in the back of the van, and I cover the Papa Dog with that. And I also wanted to give that to a homeless dog, so when I see a homeless dog, I will give him that jacket, and I'll get the Papa Dog another jacket. So I always make sure the Papa Dog is covered in the van or at home too, or make it warm. So the best thing is make it warm. And the ultimate is to have geothermal heat. Al Gore has a house with geothermal heat that does not waste electricity. That's a clean heat. It's a clean resource. Okay. It doesn't cause CO2 emissions into the atmosphere. It is cost efficient. Once you have that installed, it doesn't cost anything. You have geothermal heat through water pipes that go down. If there are no hot springs underground, you can still drill and have a pipe go down, come back up, and the water that you run through it is going to heat up through the earth's crust. So the deeper you go, the hotter it gets. I don't know how deep. One has to create this pipe that goes down and comes back up, but maybe a mile deep or something. I don't know. And so then the water comes back up at with the temperature of 80 degrees maybe, and then that runs through pipes under the ground in the house. The very new homes have that installed. It's probably quite expensive to have that done with an architect and with all these contractors and the technician people, and ends up to be quite a bit, but it's well worth it. Well worth it. If you have some money to invest into that. Invest into a wonderful home with geothermal heat. And if you have a hot spring, then you're really lucky. If you have hot spring water that comes naturally from deep under the earth crust, hot spring, hot rivers, to me that's love. That's pure love. It's wonderful. I'm absolutely crazy about hot springs. So I heard about these healing baths. I don't know when this is going to cut off, but in Germany, I heard a lot about healing. They have some hot spring communities in Germany, and they always the name begins with Bad. Bad means bath. So Bad Pyrmont, for example. So, and there are many in South Germany too that start with Bad. And B-A-D, like bad, but it's not bad. It is the German version of bath. So a bath community, meaning a very ancient artesian hot spring well that supplies that particular community and has been for hundreds of years. So, and out of these communities, they start bottling water, they sell it worldwide, but Pyrmont sells also, I think they sell worldwide, Pellegrino and San Pellegrino and Perrier, Italy and France. All over Europe there are those amazing wells, and they start to bottle. They have been bottling for maybe 200 years, 300 years. And some of them are very highly praised, and they're very expensive, and it's a delight to drink these amazing mineral waters. It's an absolute, I love all mineral waters. I feel absolutely happy when I have mineral water on the table with my food and no alcohol. So I'm a mineral water taster and enjoyer, just like other people will taste and enjoy wine, like my dad drinks wine. And every time I was sitting with them, I would get myself, I'll ask him, what wine are you gonna open? The dark red Burgundy one. And I will go into the health food store and I would buy the Völkel dark red grape juice. And I'll say, I drink this and you drink that. And they become more and more giddy, and I become more and more giddy from being just happy and naturally giddy. Giddy also over them being giddy. So, but also a little sad that they're getting giddy because of the alcohol. But I can't change them anymore. There's like, that's grooved in. There, my dad is way over 80 now. He's never gonna quit his alcohol. So, but it's okay. He's a happy person. Happy, and he enjoys his work, his creativity. That's massive. That's even more important than that's the health food factor. Very, very important. Having no stress is even more important. Having no stress, like my dad, for example, who lets everyone else do the tax work and all of this, the stuff that he just doesn't want to do, hates doing. He just lets other people do this, and he does the creative stuff. And because of that, he has no stress. And he enjoys what he's doing. That means no stress. When you enjoy whatever you're doing, it's very important. Jeff Bezos, for example, he sleeps a lot. He eats a wonderful breakfast when he gets up. So he enjoys what he's doing. He does have a lot of responsibility, and he does work overtime. I can see it, obviously. And it's all very, very exhausting, particularly people, haters, and all of this. So I see it in his eyes. He is overstressed. It's not good. But at least he sleeps a lot and eats good breakfast. So, and he has a nice family and a wonderful wife, and they love each other. And that's the most important thing there is. But he does have a lot of stress. So don't think for a second that if you're a CEO that everything is just hunky-dory, wonderful, brilliant paradise. No, I could never do it. Oh gosh, no. Oh my gosh, so much that is so difficult, and so also kind of hard dealing with haters and wanting to make everyone happy. Like if you have that goal, my goodness, that's never gonna happen. You can never make everyone happy. So we need to forget about making everyone happy and just thinking about what do we need, and what can we give to others, to give the basics of happiness to others. We can make our egos happy, but that's not what matters. Why should we make egos happy? Egos are neurotic. So we need to make the being, the cells happy, our cells. So I would never bring someone a bottle of wine as a present. And I will bring the Völkel grape juice, or Eden here in the United States, the Eden Foods. The Eden Foods grape juice is the absolute ultra super duper. It's the best. They're located in Michigan. Wonderful health food company, gourmet health food. Fantastic. Eden Foods. I love that company. Not sponsored. And I don't even agree with everything that the owner believes. He's a Christian, he thinks it's, I don't even want to get into it. But I don't agree with him. But I love him because he's awesome. He offers amazing things to the world. So, and I would buy a bottle of Eden Foods dark red grape juice, and I would put a ribbon around it, and I would go to Jeff Bezos' birthday party and say, "Here, that is my contribution to your birthday. Let's drink this healthy Eden Foods grape juice together and eat something nice with it. Eat some vegan, I don't know, pancake, you know, the French crepes, and put some vegan cottage cheese into it, and some basil leaves on it, with some vegan mozzarella, with homemade bread, with whole wheat flour, self-made pizzas with whole wheat flour, all vegan, whole food, delicious, and then drink that bottle of grape juice. And I'm sure that he would appreciate it. But someone else, like, let's say, if I did that for, I don't know, for, I don't, I don't want to slander anyone. I don't know how these people are, but there are some arrogant people in the public eye. If I came with this grape juice to someone who thinks, who has a self-image of he's this cool dude or whatever, and he only buys like $500 bottles or $1,000 bottles of red wine or something. I mean, like my dad, but my dad would smile over the grape juice. He'll say, "No, thank you, I'll have my wine, but you can drink your grape juice." But someone else will probably take offense and say, "What's that?" And I'll say, "Red grape juice, healthy, and I'm gonna drink it. You can have some too." "No, thank you." And I go, "Okay, that's great. So I can have the whole bottle for myself. That is wonderful." And not trying to blend in and pretend that I too am drinking red wine when I'm drinking red grape juice, which is much healthier. Why should I pretend to drink alcohol? No, I'm not going to pretend anything. I'm drinking the grape juice because it's healthy and it tastes great and it's good for me. So it has all the good stuff that they praise the wine for and more. So why should I put the alcohol? Why should I put up with the alcohol? I don't have to. I used to drink a lot when I was young, before 25. I was constantly getting drunk, like once a week. And we would hang out the window, and it was a disaster, and it was miserable. Okay, it was misery. That's what it was. Total misery. It was punk, rock and roll. It was total chaos. I was with totally chaotic people, and I was one of them. Total chaotic punk. That's what I was. Because I didn't know up or down or right or left. Just had no idea. It was always like, no future, anarchy, let's get drunk, all right. And then we would actually sit with a bottle of beer in the streets, on the streets. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. When I look back at those times, oh my gosh, how could I possibly have wasted my time like this? My precious time. I think that's Paul coming back. Yes. Oh gosh. It was just starting to get warm in here now. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Now He's gonna come in and say, why is it so hot here? I'm gonna turn this heater off. I'm overheated. This is crazy, and you're not working. You're just sitting there all day long. Have nothing to do. Need to work. But I did yesterday. Worked real hard. Cleaned the whole house. I almost thought I couldn't finish it. And then I went like, it's just the staircase, and then the upstairs, and then I'm done, and done. So I kind of like coached myself through. And in the end, I was almost gonna cry because I was so exhausted I couldn't even. Ah, man, everything hurt. Every muscle hurt. But that's a good way of exercising, to clean the house. It's very important to clean your house and get everything organized. Very, very important. And it's very important to sign petitions for the animals. But they're very important. Together we have changed entire laws worldwide. Okay, let's do it. Let's make the world better. Warmth is love. Okay, psychological warmth and physical warmth. So you guys take care. Bye bye.